unapologetic liberal talk. It's Tarabuster with Tara Devlin.
That's right, it's me. What's up? Unapologetic liberal talk. How's it looking? How's it sounding? I mean, it's looking all right. What can you do? Hey guys, this is Tara Devlin. Welcome. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Poppy Day. We're going to have Poppy Champlin join us soon at around 9:15. It's just sounding a little weird in my headphones, as always. Thank you, Jim, for being a moderator. Thank you for joining us earlier today, too, to moderate the Anti-Fascist Book Club. I appreciate that. At 1 p.m. on Fridays, we get together with Banner and Backbone on the Tarabuster YouTube channel to do the Anti-Fascist Book Club. And we're reading To Catch a Fascist. So if you want to join us and talk about, our what we're reading, and I think there's a really great book list and all that. So, okay, let's not go there. Because we're talking about other things. This isn't the Anti-Fascist Book Club. It is Tarabuster. So we meet here every Friday. Thank you, Charlie, from APS Radio News. And I'm already seeing great comments about Poppy. Yes, Poppy is my favorite guest. I'm glad to hear that, Josie. And I'm glad she could make it because we actually had a different guest booked. Not that I need a guest, as you know, because talking for 2 hours is really nothing I have a problem with doing. That's why it's called Tarabuster. And let's see. I have a book suggestion. Who should I talk to? Jim, tell me. What do you think? I have a few myself. You could tell Nick, yeah, but yeah, definitely tell Nick. And next time on the show, I can tell him as well. We could, tell him live. So, is this a Sparkler raid coming right now, too? From Hal Sparks Show? Nice. I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to get ready. I was falling behind. I'm exhausted from life. I don't know about you, but look at me. Look at I don't know. I'm having body dysmorphic disorder tonight. Or maybe I'm just getting hyper truth. Getting a dose of hyper truth. Whatever. It's all about beauty on the inside, isn't it? Whatever. Let's get to, when Poppy calls in, she'll talk me off the ledge. Let's see. What was I saying? We have a lot to talk about. Thank you, Charlie, from APS Radio News. Yes, thank you, Sparklers. Welcome. Please pour on in. I think there's some seats in the back. We still have some room in the back of so don't worry. Just squeeze in. All right, guys. So what? Let me. Oh yeah, we were supposed to have Charles Derber. He canceled for the second time. 3 times and you're out. I have to tell you. So. But he is rebooked. I don't know what happened. Maybe he's sick. Last week there was some snow issue, so he said, and I don't think it was the snow because he couldn't go. I don't even know. I'm not going to put words in his mouth. And then today he canceled. And what's annoying is that you do it on the day of, just a few hours before the show, and I thought. I'm a little crabbed out by that. It made me a little crabby because I wasted my day prepping to have him on the show. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, they contacted me. It's not like I reached out and said, "Can you want to come on the show?" The publicist contacted me and asked if we would have him. So I said, "Yes, of course. We'd love to talk about the Fighting Oligarchy book that he wrote." But he canceled, so I hope he's not listening. I'm sure he's not. I'm not bad-mouthing him. I'm just saying I'm just sharing because this is like my therapy session, and I have to be honest with everybody. What else is the purpose of the show, right? So he's supposed to come on Thursday now. So this is the 3rd time we've rebooked him. We'll see what happens. And after, there's only so much you can take. I know this isn't the Rachel Maddow show or anything, but we do put some work into it. Whether you believe it or not. And welcome, Sparklers. Wow, this is great. Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. I know Andrea is out there listening. And the other thing I have to tell you is next week, Andrea is going to be a guest on this show. Andrea Brower, who is the genius, the behind the scenes of the Hal Sparks show, keeping it all together, the glue that keeps it going, the engine that keeps it running. She's going to come on this show. Okay, this little old show here, and we'll get Bella back on. I'm trying to get, Bella's booking for this show. She's doing a great job, and like nobody's ever seen, like Trump would say. All right, and what else? We still haven't heard back from Malcolm, but. I'm trying not to take that personally either. Okay, so let's see. Where do we begin? Oh, all right. I was talking, I talk to you guys all the time, but one of the things that I know is that the root, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, we have two primary problems in this country that are killing us, and one is money and politics, and the other is the consolidated media. And welcome, sparklers. All right. Nice to see you guys. So, it's only gotten worse in the last, I guess, since the announcement. We found out that the media, and these are right-wingers who own the media now, and money and politics is all related to the billionaires who are anathema to freedom and democracy and are the symptom of this broken system. We don't have billionaires because we're functioning. Billionaires are, very. It's a symptom of the sickness, and they have to be taxed out of existence. Not to, I think they'll be okay with like a cap of maybe 250 million. Would that suffice? I think you'd still be able to get some lunch or have a nice life, go on a yacht, take a trip around the world, send your favorite Supreme Court justice on a whirlwind tour of Earth. Maybe. But if we get money out of politics, all of this shit will stop. And every day, I have to say, when the news comes in and it gets worse with every headline, every notification on my phone, I get more disgusted. But I always ask, how much longer are we going to take it? How much longer are we going to put up with this? And if you watched the Anti-Fascist Book Club earlier, and that's what we were talking about, the problem of propaganda. Fascism runs on propaganda. So does democracy. Not propaganda, but the truth. The truth. We have to have the message. And if we don't have a free press that's not consolidated to run one party line, because what they're building really is a state-run television. These are the same people that always talk about indoctrination and freedom. Of course, we know that's bullshit. If only. As I've said for years, if only the Republicans were the people and they had the principles they pretend to have. Oh, I wish they loved freedom. I wish they were the patriots they pretend to be, they purport to be. Oh, free speech absolutists. Well, that only applies to saying the N-word or misgendering somebody. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about having a field of ideas, right, where we present our ideas and you build coalitions. Because the fact is, nobody wants what they're selling. Nobody wants what the Republicans are selling us. Not even the Republicans who vote for it. They just like the racism. They just like the hierarchy, especially because, they're at the top. These straight, acting white men. Doesn't matter if the billionaires have a boot on their neck too, but they get off on hating other people, being dicks, being, having no consequences. That's what it's about. They don't want the consequences, and that's what I mean. The party of personal responsibility. Everything that they pretend to be is bullshit. The party of personal responsibility. I wish, if only, they never stick to that motto unless they're trying to beat down on somebody. Then they'll tell you how, personal responsibility, personal responsibility. But these are the people that take no responsibility. They whine and bitch and moan and complain like babies. Hold on. This is Tara Devlin. Wow. Hey, guys. Look at this. I just popped back into the chat. Thank you, Steve Ward, for your super chat. Weekly tithe. Very nice. How is Satellite Dish Kitty doing? Well, I have a good news to report. Little Ray has his cone off, so he's free now. His ears are back. They're healing. No cone. No cats with cones at this time. So we're heading in the right direction, and that's quite a relief. Oh, I thought that was Francis was lying behind me. There's now Tara Jr. Tara Jr. is sleeping. Let's hope he just stays nice and sleepy. All right. Where was I? If Ray comes by, Ray doesn't really bother us during the show much. I don't know what that's about. But yes, okay. We're in big trouble if this merger goes through. So for those who haven't been paying attention today, and I don't blame you, with the media, if this deal goes through, it gets more consolidated. The right-wing Paramount, Warner takeover is really democracy versus oligarchy. And now we're watching in real time. And it's also disgusting, too. Here's the other thing about the Republicans, how they're supposed to be all for the free market, right? Whatever that means, the free market. The free market means you don't have a seat at the table, and they get to rule us. But that's what they mean by the free market is corrupting government, buying politicians, corrupting government, rigging the game in their favor. And this is what is happening with these mergers, these mega mergers between these transnational corporations, that Trader Trump is sticking his big fascist, authoritarian, unfit, convicted felon pedo nose into these business deals that the president should have no part in, especially when it comes to monopolies. We used to understand this as a country, that, the antitrust of, Teddy Roosevelt, the great trust buster, right? Breaking up remember the baby bells, how Jimmy Carter broke up AT&T. When was the last time any of our representatives called for breaking up a giant monopoly? These corporations just keep getting more massive, and who loses? We lose. There's no competition. People are shocked in England and in Europe that they pay, nothing, practically a pittance for their internet and cable and all that. We're paying. I mean, my cable bill was over $270. And then I had to call, you got to keep calling and threatening to cancel all the time. But because there's no competition. But I thought that the Republicans were all for the free market, all for competition. Oh, give a shout out. You got it. Shout out to the Twitch chat. Where the hell is this? Guys, how come I can't see the Twitch chat? That's the thing. I gotta open. Maybe I have a window. It's Twitch. I gotta figure all this out. Twitch chat, no. Because I used to be able to see the Twitch chat, and now I don't see it. So, maybe I need to log in. But thank you for that, Andrea. See, she's helps behind the scenes of this show, too. So, okay. Shout out to Twitch. And thank you, Andrea, for keeping that part of the show safe, too. We have our moderators in the chat room over on YouTube. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Susie. And we don't have as many eyes over on Twitch, so thank you for that. I always neglect Twitch because I'm kind of confused by it. And thank you, Andrea, for helping me with that. So, all right. What was I saying? Yeah, so I don't know. You guys know that I concentrate on media a lot because it's something I work in media, not just on this show, but I also have a degree in communications, I have a master's degree in communications. So I've studied this, and as somebody who, it's not just, and you don't have to study it to know that we're influenced by media, and a lot of people generally aren't consciously actively watching TV, and I mean watching it or watching the constructions of reality that the Republicans are putting out there. They're not doing it with a critical eye. They're just consuming these falsehoods, and like, for example, how now in this country the majority of Republicans believe the 2020 election was stolen, and it's dangerous because they're fucking lie. It's a lie. All right, hold on a second. Now I have too many windows open, and my computer is rebelling on me. So, okay, I would say, if I can make any suggestions, that because we got a lot of work to do, this midterm election can't get here fast enough, really. Otherwise, and Trader Trump realizes he's running out of time. He's trying to steal the election. That's why he's trying to do it. I was just, right before I went on air, there was some article on Raw Story I was looking at, and I was going to talk about this Lauren Boebert. I'll get back. Oh God, look at that fucking face. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, help us. So according to Raw Story, that what Trump is trying to do with this order, executive order, this piece of dirt who couldn't give a shit about the Constitution. I mean, this guy is such a poison. Like Raphael Warnock said after the State of the Union, I thought he gave the best synopsis, the best summary of what it was like to sit there in that room and listen to the con man. He said there's an evil, a wickedness that he unleashes into the air. And he said, I often wonder what my colleagues are thinking when they listen to Trump, because there's no decency among them. They just applaud the madness, knowing who Trump is. But and that's why he's trying to steal the election, because he knows his days are numbered. He's going to be impeached, and not without good reason. He's a criminal. This is a crime spree happening in our government. It's not an administration. It's a maladministration. And they're operating with impunity because, well, they know the time is short, and they have only so much time to steal as much as they can and rig it until, we can't do anything about it. Hold on. But according to this article in Raw Star, this executive order, now this is a baboon who thinks that he can override the Constitution with an executive order. So he's the one that tried to, I guess we're waiting on the Supreme Court to say whether this is constitutional or not. I'm not a constitutional scholar, but the Constitution says that if you're born in this country, then you're a citizen. And why do we need a judicial review of a constitutional amendment? It already went through the process of legality, and it's a constitutional amendment. It's not just an addendum to a bill. It's not a footnote in a legal order. But now Trader Trump, because the only thing I have to say too is that I think about that great goddamn morning, really. And that great getting up morning, when we get to that day, that beautiful day, all of this goes away. All of this. And I'm not, legally and peacefully, we're all headed in the same direction. Some of us are just going to get there sooner. Some not soon enough, frankly. But what the fuck? He's pushing 80. I can't believe he's not 80 already. And how much more money do you need? How many more crimes can you do? I guess he's afraid of spending his last gasp or taking his last breath in prison. But I don't think that's going to happen at this point. I wish it should have happened by now. But who is this baboon, this lying baboon, to write an executive order? And some of the things, according to the Raw Story articles, that voting machines will be banned. Section A1 of the order requires all ballots be full-face paper ballots that are hand-marked. This would effectively prohibit the use of electronic voting machines. And ballot drop boxes for mail-in votes will be prohibited. He could just do, that's why the founders put voting put the states in charge of voting. So a wannabe dictator baboon couldn't try to steal it. Makes it very difficult to steal an election, a federal election, when all of the rules are decentralized. Voters will be required to notarize mail-in ballots before turning them in. Well, that's a boon for a notary public, but certainly adds another obstacle that some might say is a poll tax, of course. Everyone currently registered to vote will have to register again for the 2026 elections, according to Trader Trump's voter ID executive order, which will be immediately declared illegal and unconstitutional. Then they'll appeal it to the Supreme Court, where the outcome is iffy, because this is a corrupt and illegitimate court. Unbelievable, though, where we are. And this executive order, apparently, is supposed to supersede virtually every major federal law on voting rights. How is that possible? Unless we have a dictator. This is really out of control, and this is why, we were talking about this the other day, the day after the State of the Union, and I'm really convinced more than ever after watching the antics of the Republicans and that baboon speech, which I sat through the entire thing. I am convinced more than ever that the Republican Party is an irredeemable cult. They are the domestic enemies the founders warned us about. There's no getting them back from the brink. They're done. They need to be removed from the halls of power, legally and peacefully. They need to be shoved into history's trash bin. without apology. And the Democrats better get on with understanding the assignment. Really, this isn't regular order anymore. No Democrat should have went to the State of the Union. Listening to their response, the Republican response. And I was even thinking about it today again. I was thinking about Ted Cruz saying that Traitor Trump gave a majestic speech. Majestic, that's the words he used. He gave a majestic speech. Was that thing majestic? There's nothing majestic about that, what we witnessed. The lies, the division, the hate, the blood-soaked descriptions of violence. What a sick, disgusting timeline we're living through. Majestic. And then I kept thinking about his wife. How do you allow Ted Cruz to crawl on top of you, Mrs. Cruz? This is the man who, Traitor Trump called his wife, Ted Cruz's wife, ugly in front of the whole world. And he's there calling him, just licking his ass. So shamelessly, so pathetically, for that little pat on the head from a con man. You really need that bad? You need power this bad? What is wrong with you? This is why these Republicans are irredeemable. They have no decency or dignity. They have no self-respect. It's unbelievable. Yes, and Redford on the chat. Republicans are all traitors and have been all along. They hate America. You're singing my song, my friend. It's incredible. It's almost shocking all the time because, I'm a student of history. I love reading about the last days of the Roman Republic. It has a lot of lessons for us today, of course. And I think about how partly how the Roman Republic fell was because they, Caesar and then Augustus found their willing co-conspirators and just completely subjugated the Senate, who genuflected to the executive power, allowed the concentration of power out of fear or, because, yes, there was actual violence. That's one of the lines that the Roman Republic crossed in its last days. And in fact, historians trace the decline of the Roman Republic to the assassination of Tiberius the Gracchi brothers, as they are known. They were reformers about 100 years before the end of the Republic, the fall. And that they actually tried to bring the Roman Republic back from the brink. They suffered some of the same symptoms that we're suffering, like income disparity. And here's for all the sparklers who are new, you probably know this anyway, since you're sparklers, and Hal Sparks is like an encyclopedia of knowledge. But income disparity is wider in the United States now than it was in ancient Rome. That's how bad it is here. And that's pretty alarming to me. I don't know why that's business as usual for corporate media, but of course this is what we're talking about. Consolidated wealth and power needs its platform. It needs to, I can't even remember how I described it in the thumbnail. I have it here. Where is it? Yeah, here it is, see? Stopping the Billionaire Ministry of Truth, right. What do you think is going to happen? You know, it's bread and circus. It's like the end, when the Soviet, what do you call it? You know, the Soviets. The Soviet Union. For a second, the name escaped me. When the Soviet Union fell, you would turn on Russian state television, and what were they playing? It was just the ballet and cultural things that had nothing to do with what was actually going on. That's what's going to happen here, and I say we will win. We will win if we don't lose the message and the media. So we're in big trouble. Hold on. And I'm sick of it. Really. So here's the thing, and this is the other thing I heard earlier, that, well, it's okay if this consolidation occurs, because as soon as, if the, I'm talking about the Paramount and Warner takeover, the consolidated of, making this another giant corporation. And of course, part of the deal is because Trader Trump doesn't like CNN. That's why they're doing it, to please him, and they're going to F with the news. Their streaming platforms and news operations will consolidate in this merger. So CBS News, which is already becoming, it's certainly no longer the home of Edward R. Murrow. Edward R. Murrow is twirling in his grave. Walter Cronkite, those days are gone. But they're going to mess with CNN, too. This is about destroying CNN. Fake news. Trader Trump has hated CNN from the beginning, since he came down the escalator, because he hates the truth. Anybody that tells the truth about him, just like all authoritarians, they hate the truth. They devalue the currency of truth. And you can't have a democracy without truth or trust. These are things that Trader Trump has decimated in this country. Truth and trust. Even the Olympics, right? With the hockey players who won in the gold medal, he had to turn it into a maggot, us against them, another opportunity to divide the country. There's no unity here. Oh, laughing about the women who actually win more medals, right? Their team's only been around since the 90s, and the women's hockey team have won more medals when the men's hockey team have been around since the 20s, and they've won 3 gold medals. But the women, I'm going to have to invite the women. Who wants the women around? Who wants the bitches around? Stepping on our dicks, stepping on our fun. We're going to have to act like adults. Who wants to do that? Everything is like an exercise or an example of how unfit they are to lead. Because this is not leadership. They're wrecking America. And I don't understand that. I'm not trying to repeat everything that we already went through this week, but because I keep thinking about Gavin Newsom and talking about how Democrats have to be more culturally normal, and we're always listening to the wrong message. We are culturally normal, and they're not culturally normal. And beyond that, they're fascists who believe in a baboon who can't help but divide us. That's why shame on that men's hockey team. They should be embarrassed for themselves. And if, they want to ever get any kind of endorsement deals, good luck. because I look at them now and I'm embarrassed. They look like little maggots to me. Little divisive maggots. Because acting like an adult, being inclusive and unifying, that's too much work for Republicans. You see? It's always an opportunity to kick down on someone else or divide people. Because you know why? It's another distraction. A distraction from what? From how unfit they actually are. That's why they're always like, oh, Joe Biden, oh, Kamala Harris, we wouldn't have a country. We wouldn't even exist. Because they suck. They are setting us up for failure. Trader Trump has done more damage to this country since getting back in office than any foreign enemy could ever hope to obtain. And here, I have some, here we go. You know, the Republicans, where is this? Setting us up for failure. Where the heck is it? The one big beautiful bill, the big ugly bill, rigged the game so much, slashing Medicaid, SNAP by $100 billion yearly. And that's the other thing. In that State of the Union, that lie to the union, saying that they what? How did he put it? They didn't. Of course, it was disingenuous. He said 25 million less Americans are on food stamps now, boasting about this because they kicked them off food stamps. You might as well say we're sending people to starve, but they don't give a shit. Go starve. You know, these are the great Christians. Go starve. That'll make you want to work, Granny. Right? If you're disabled, you know, you just need some motivating starvation to get up and get a job. Go sell apples on the street. Sell pencils, you know. $2. Sell a couple of dolls. Donnie $2, you know. Couple of pencils, a couple of dolls. It's unbelievable. And hold on a second. They just never stop dragging us down to their level. See, everything. Let me ask, and I've asked this of Hal too, and let me just throw it out there on the chat. Can you show me or point me to a conservative country where people are happy, healthy, upwardly mobile, you know, rich and enjoying life, right? Not just the few at the top. Are there any conservative countries like that exist? Of course not. They don't exist. All over the world, conservative countries are shitholes where people are happy, fed, educated, to the point where, you know, you have enough time, you have Maslow's hierarchy of needs are met, and then you have time to, write music, think about life, write a book, walk on the friggin' beach. What's the meaning of life? You know, fall in love, take a walk with your dog. You're not living hand to mouth. You're enjoying this blip of time. Isn't that the point? Isn't that why so many people fought, bled, and died? To give us the life that maybe they didn't enjoy themselves. But it's about freedom. And what does freedom mean? To Republicans, it's, of course, the freedom to say the N-word. But it's also the freedom for billionaires to ride us to the bank mercilessly without us having any way to do anything about it. It's all about exploitation. And for the Republicans, the dumbasses, to fall for it all the time, is pathetic. Really. And yeah, I wanted to talk about, where is this? Hold on. I'm waiting because I'm sure that Poppy is not going to be able to stay for the whole show, so I want to save that. But because I want to talk about Boebert, Lauren banned from the bowling alley. Boebert doing it again, and yeah, before. So that's why I'm not diving into another topic here, but Trader Trump has so destroyed this country that, according to a Gallup poll, 1 in 5 Americans say they would like to leave the U.S. permanently if they could. This is a record high of, they call it immigration aspiration. This is especially intense among young women. Roughly 40% of U.S. women and girls aged 15 to 44 say they would like to move permanently to another country. Yeah, if I was 20 years younger, I always say I'd like to go sit on a damn cliff in Ireland and stare into the sea, saying, what the hell was that? Look at this madness from a safe distance, but you know, it's a little tough. I wonder. I really do. How do you raise a child in this environment? You know, what do you say to kids when they act like the traitor Trump? When they act like that? What do you say? You know, when they start being a dick. Hold on. You know, like, what do you say to kids who bully other kids? Well, the president's doing it. Yeah, that's how you know. If a child running in a student election behaved like Trader Trump, that child would be disqualified from the election. But maybe not anymore. If he started calling his opponent, I don't know, horse face and fat pig. You think the administration in the school would allow that to continue? Or got up on a debate and started talking about the size of their penis? Nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong. Right? What do you think a school administrator would say or do? Well, the president does it. And not only are people trying to leave the country, there's a significant drop in visitors, of course. Who the hell wants to come here? There's warnings. Our allies all over the world are putting out warnings to their citizens about coming here. You think they want to get snatched up by ICE? I mean, the story is really there is a record number of Americans who want out of this madhouse. And there are record numbers who are actually leaving. And here's another stat. This is enough to flip the migration balance into the negative for the first time since the Great Depression. It's incredible. And wouldn't that be the sign, you would think? Maybe Republicans who aren't complete traitors would look at themselves in the mirror and say, what the fuck am I doing? Helping this baboon destroy this country? Right? The population is declining in America. According to the 2026, updated census-based analysis in early 2026 shows that population growth slowed dramatically, thanks to about 1.3 million net immigrants and roughly 500,000 more births than deaths. Demographers frame 2025 as the turning point towards near zero growth in the country. This is the first actual decline, national decline, likely if current low immigration and low fertility continue. we're done. That's a dying nation. Remember how traitor Trump is like, oh, a year ago we were dead. We were dead. We're a dying nation. Now we're hot. We're the hottest nation. Except nobody wants to fucking come here. And immigration, he's ruining immigration. Immigration's a net positive for countries. Well, I guess not if you're a racist, though. Population is shrinking, births are down, people are leaving. Net migration is 0 or negative for the first time in half a century. But immigration, see, this is what maggots don't seem to get through the filter of their hate, that immigration is a positive. It grows the labor force. It boosts GDP. It strengthens our fiscal position, because that's all that matters to maggots. Fiscal, Greed is the only American value now, so you have to always put it down to fiscal. Jesus Christ. Uh-oh, who's texting me? Uh-oh. I can't get in the green. Oh, fuck. I don't have a phone line. Don't do this to me, man. There's no phone line anymore. That's the phone line. Poppy. Shit. There is... No. There is no phone line. That's it. Oh, it had it. Fucking shit. Unbelievable. I use fucking Safari. She's like, I can't use Safari. Can't use Chrome. It's asking for Safari. I use Chrome. It should work. Oh my God in heaven. Do people know that I'm actually doing a show right now? Oh. No, she needs the link. What the fuck is my life? Jesus help me. Sorry guys. Just what the fuck it is, this is the liberal media. What is the link so I can type it? Oh my God, I don't know. I can't type it. Oh Jesus Lord. God in heaven. You see what I'm saying? Like, fucking people. I can't. It's just doing that. She wants me to like type out the fucking... Oh God. Okay, forget it. I don't even know what to say. Guys, things are just not happening for me now, as they say on that movie The Jerk. You know what I mean? This is why I ask you to become a patron. So maybe one day I can have fucking like producer take care with shit like this that happens. I don't understand what is so hard about like fucking just calling in on a link. Right? It's not eCam, Redford. It's not eCam. It's operator error, maybe. Because I'm pasting the link into the text, and it's making it a... Here, there you go. There's a text link. And it's, it's making it a thing that you could click on and not a link. So she was saying, give me the link so I can type it. And I'm like, I don't know how to fucking do that. And now I'm cursing too much. I'm just cranky. I'm cranky. I'm tired. I'm tired of this shit. Like, what the fuck, man? This is like, this is my show. Look at it. And I can see people are leaving. I can see it. I can see the goddamn stream going down. Right? Right? Jesus. Uh-oh. Now I'm getting bad comments in my chat. All right. What do I even do? This is every time. I mean, I'm trying to do a show. I can't, like... I don't know what to say. If it doesn't like Chrome... It likes Chrome when I do it. I don't know what to say. Maybe restart your computer or use another browser. There's Safari. There's... Okay. Can I, this is, sometimes I just want to, like, fucking quit, really. I get annoyed. Right? Thank you. Norachi on the chat. But it won't paste. I'm sorry. It won't paste. I don't know what to say. I mean, this is the link I send to people. Poppy has used it before. And now I don't understand. I'm trying to do a show live and send it in an email. I don't understand why that would matter. Send it in an email. Okay, I'll try it. And now the people who listen to the show on audio only tomorrow or whenever are going to be like, oh, this is very interesting. This is a great show, isn't it? I gotta keep coming back. I gotta be a patron at patreon.com/Tara Devlin. I gotta subscribe to that dumb bitch's Substack. Okay. And if let's see if this works. Okay, I sent it. And if I start a new rant... Alright. Andrea, can you just, like, sneak up behind me and hit me in the back of the head? Knock me out. So I can finally get some rest. Alright. Thank God, the music. Okay, something's ringing. Holy shit. Are you there? Oh my goodness. I think we might have Poppy. Hold on a second. I need an anxiety pill or something. Does that count? Will that wreck my recovery? Hold on. Oh, no camera. Camera. Beep ba Poppy. Poppy. All right. Can we hear each other is the question.
Can I hear you here?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I do.
All right, thank God. What the fuck?
Wow.
What was that about? Like, what happened?
I was trying to do it on my phone.
Oh, that's a problem.
And that was the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I'm on.
Yeah. I could see your computer. That's odd. You realize that? I could see your computer. It's mirroring. I see it. The people don't see it.
Huh.
But, yeah, that's odd. Anyway, that's a weird one. All right, so what's happening? Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, and I have to tell you, people were excited when I said Poppy was coming on the show. So that's why I was going to get annoyed. Because
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I annoy you with my phone antics.
Well, the phone, you shouldn't do it on the phone,
I didn't realize it. I forget these things. I'm really still very techno retarded. And I know you're not supposed to say that word.
They're not supposed to say that word, and it's not a good word. Yeah, and you were on the show before. That's why I was confused. And how come...
Getting older.
Oh, and you use your computer.
Yeah.
So, and that's why it works.
one computer is tanking, and so now I have to use this computer for certain things and that computer for other things. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. How
I'm
old
gonna
is
have
that
to.
computer?
Oh, this one's old. This was like 208 or something, I
Oh,
think.
wow. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, but
Probably had
still,
like
it's
need
better.
updates and all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't do the updates because I will lose my Photoshop.
Oh. Oh, you
Yep.
have like a old version that's cracked or something, or
No, they make you upgrade, but if you upgrade, you lose some of your things. So I would lose Photoshop, which costs like what, $600, $700, and I would also lose my word processing program, which is Word.
well, you could
If I
probably
upgrade
get Photoshop for if that's all you need is Photoshop, you could
and Word.
probably okay, but you would probably be able to get it for like a subscription. That would be like $19 a month or something like that. I'm not sure off the top of
Huh.
my head, but you
Huh.
might you should look into that if that's the only thing holding you back, because
That is kind of it. Yeah.
and you might enjoy a new Photoshop anyway, because you'll have
I would
all
have
other
to.
features, like the AI features and stuff. That
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
true. That's true.
yeah,
Yes, I think I have a fear of
fear of
letting
yeah.
go of that because I know at least some of what I'm doing on that.
What version is it?
I have no idea.
Well, I use these programs all the time, so I could help you if you need. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You should update it. And well, first, don't tell you what to do, but I mean, just look into how much it is, as far if that's like in your price range, because I'm sure it's not
Right.
$600. I'm sure you'll be, because they sell them as a subscription now. That's a
Okay.
like all
Plus,
of
there's
these, yeah, all these programs are subscription based now. So yeah.
like it says. Let's see. Anarchy says, "Upgrade it, Poppy. It will upgrade your productivity."
Yes.
I suppose you're right.
you
Thank
you
you.
gotta you
Thank you,
gotta
Anarchy. I
you
appreciate that.
gotta exactly. All right, so I'm annoyed. I'm not at you. I mean, I'm just annoyed in general. So I'm just a cranky bitch. So I don't
Well,
take
I
it
think that's your
personally.
job now. I think it's your job. You have to be
Right.
CD, bitch. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you have to rant
I
about
am.
Trump, and
I am a
you have
cranky
to
bitch.
remind us to
You're
rant
right.
about Trump
No, you're right.
because because I can get very, I mean,
Mm.
I took all my money out of the stock market, which only was like $20,000, and when he got elected,
Oh
and I
wow.
took it all. I took it all out because I don't trust him.
Yeah.
And now the fucking stock market went to the highest ever, and I'm like,
Did it though?
fuck.
I don't know.
Yes,
I have some
I
stocks, and I
I
mean, I don't have
missed
a lot of
out.
money either. No. Uh, you, you, I
It's
don't
only
know.
people that
It's
are in the
not.
stock market. How many of your people online right now have money in the stock market? Like you have, it looks like there's 210 people watching on this camera, and over here it says 27 people. So
Well, it
what's,
depends because they're on different platforms. So they're
oh,
on YouTube. There's more people, and then there's Twitch. Then there's, I think that's the
oh, you're
Twitch
on
stream.
Twitch? Oh,
Yes,
cool.
and the Substack and all that's not even counted. So we have people on Substack, and that's why I have to figure out how to put everything together. I wish I could put everything on the like one thing, all like
Well,
Hal
like
does.
YouTube. Oh, he's got it because
Well,
YouTube
he
says you have
has, yeah, he
213
could,
watching.
yeah. You got a
That's
problem with
good.
that?
No, I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and
I
then
was
there's
like
30.
nervous. I was like,
There's
200
30
people are
on
watching.
the Tarabuster stream. I could see them. And then there's 49 on the Political Voices stream. And
Cool.
then we have 25 on, it looks like, Twitch. Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome. Because
I
I'm like
know.
wearing my glasses for the first time. I'm showing the public another side
Oh,
of.
those are nice.
Yeah, thank you. They're brand new. You know how much these glasses were?
How much?
$900.
Wow.
$1,000,000.
Wow. I think mine
Yeah.
were, I don't remember how much mine were. They're not,
I
these
mean,
are new, but yeah.
I have my United. I got kicked off my Blue Cross. Did I tell you that?
No.
I got kicked off my Blue Cross insurance
What the
because
fuck?
I don't even know why, and they just automatically put me on United. And now, so I'm like, United, really? So now I get my mammogram at the airport going through TSA. I mean, check my boobs, check my tits, check my bags. What's going on? You know? If I wanna
That's how
see
it
a
is in
specialist-
America.
If I want to see a specialist, I get to use my frequent flyer miles. So that's what it's coming down to.
It is. I know.
Yeah.
This fucked up country. No, it's
Yeah.
true. I am. Yeah, you're right. I'm very cranky a lot. I often wonder that too. If I lived in another country, I know I would be happier looking at this from a safer distance. I really do get personally affronted to everything, like outraged by it all.
He's ransoming Penn Station money.
Yeah,
That's something. That's horrendous.
right.
Horrendous.
Well, he wants his name on.
What? On what? On a train?
He just
On
wants
what?
his name on. He wants to change the name to like Trump Station. He's a piece of dirt. He is
Are you
dirt.
serious?
Yes, and
Oh.
he's putting his fucking face on everything in Washington D.C., which is a disgrace. They should all be. We should. I say we should be embarrassed. The Republicans, they should be embarrassed allowing
Yeah.
him to do it, going
Yeah.
along with it. What was so abominable, that State of the Union with those two morons behind him, Johnson and Vance, laughing. What's going on?
I have to. Oh, I see it.
I don't
I have to
know.
plug my
What the
other
hell?
computer in because the other computer is now dying.
Oh, Jesus, Lord. Jesus, take the wheel, right?
Jesus, take the wheel. I'm over at my mother's house because I'm running out of propane at my house, so I can't. I don't want to freeze.
Are you
and they're
so you don't have heat at your house? You
Yeah,
just have...
exactly. And the propane people, Amerigas. Guess where Amerigas comes from?
Where?
Japan.
Oh. Is
Yeah.
it more expensive because of
It's pretty
everything?
expensive. But I ask for it and they bring it 2 weeks later.
Oh.
So
What do you mean you have propane heaters?
heats my house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
How old
it's
is
a
your
propane
house?
furnace. Brand
Oh.
new.
And it's
It's a-
propane.
It's a propane
see.
furnace.
Oh, geez.
It works pretty good, but I go through it. I mean, it's been cold, and
Yes, very cold.
yeah. The other day when it was so much snow, how do you fucking shovel 3 feet of snow?
Right,
for
you don't.
50 feet.
How could you? Right.
I know. So I had snowshoes, and they were long, and I'd never done snowshoes before. But I'm like, I'm going to pack it down, snowshoe it down,
Yeah.
right? And walk and walk and walk and walk. It was working. I couldn't believe it. It was working. And then all of a sudden I fell.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And I fell. And the snow, I fell. I'm a heavy person. I fell into the snow.
What?
And I was kind of buried down there. And I'm like, I should get up.
And you couldn't get up?
I couldn't get up.
You were
I was
trapped?
that lady. I'm falling and I can't get
Oh,
up.
no. How did you get up? Oh, my
Well,
God.
I finally took one of the shoes off. Then I got the pole and
Holy
I pushed
shit.
myself. Yep, and I re-injured my finger.
Oh, my
Now,
God.
you haven't seen my finger. You want to see it?
Let's take a vote in the chat. Is it bad?
Yeah. People are going to want to see this.
Okay, let's see. Who wants to see Poppy's finger? All right. Let's see. We have to wait a second because a little delay.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Taking advice from Pam Bondi. So, Josie says she's
I'm in my life alert era. Yeah,
That's good.
I can't get up.
Frog on the chat. Good one.
I just happen to be wearing
I'm
my mother's
eating.
life alert.
Oh, your mother's.
My
Right.
mother's life alert happened to be
Uh-oh.
there, so I
Somebody
put
says,
it on.
I'm eating prima
Oh.
time. says, I'm
I'm
eating.
gonna give you the finger. That's what I'm gonna do, Eddie. I'm gonna give you the finger.
Let's
and
see.
you're gonna-
Let's see. People are saying.
you ready? This is
Yes.
so bad. Okay, here it comes. I'm moving to the camera.
Ah, come on. It's all right. I've seen
What?
worse.
You think that's nothing? Look at that.
No, that is a very bad injury, but it's not disgusting. It is what it is.
I think it's disgusting. It's vile.
No, it's
look.
not.
That's like 12 stitches in my finger.
What the hell? Did you go to urgent care?
A ganglion cyst.
Oh no, really? A
Have you heard
ganglion?
of those?
Oh shit, man! I've only heard it. Well, I'm having flashbacks of watching that Dr. Pimple Popper show. Yeah.
Gross.
I think that's that's weird, right? But people watch that show. I don't watch it all the time. I just seen it.
Old folks say the way to get rid of a ganglion cyst is you smash it with the Bible. Well,
Is that real? Is that something that
Yes.
happens to old people or something?
It's been
Ganglion
around
cyst?
for yeah. I bet you some of these people on here.
Wait, you had this? How did you have that? It just developed?
Yeah.
Like one day, how long did it take? Like what happened? You were
Well,
like, "What's this
I
bump
let
on
it-
my hand or something?"
Yep, and then it grew and it grew and it grew. And then once it started going to this side from
Holy
it was on
shit.
this side and it went over to this side, I'm like,
Did it hurt?
something. No.
It just started getting like a big pimple on your finger.
Well, it was more inside my finger. It wasn't outside. It was
Huh.
inside.
So it's
pushing
like
out.
you couldn't like pop it or anything on your own. You needed to. Well, clearly.
I smashed it once, moving and carrying something between a door jamb, and it caught my finger, and it ripped it, and it was bleeding,
Ooh.
but it
It didn't go away. Wow.
No.
So interesting. So how
So
does
I
that
had-
happen?
So a lot of people get them. Like,
Yeah, but
you'd
how?
be surprised.
Like, what the hell is it? I know. I'm surprised.
Yeah, they think that it could be liquid that is escaping from your knuckle.
Oh, okay. So it only happens around the knuckle.
Yeah,
Huh. And then your
But-
body forms a cocoon around it. Yeah.
maybe something like that. But
Yes,
you'd
when
be
you get an
surprised.
infection, that's what it does. It tries to contain the infection. So I know that for a fact because I had a cyst once on my ovary that got infected, and I was in the
Oh.
hospital for 7 days. And then
Ooh.
it was really bad. I was never
That-
so sick in my life.
Oh.
And I had a fever, really bad. It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't fuck with a fever. And then
No,
they
you
had
don't
to
fuck
take
with a
it
fever.
out. They had to suck it out of me.
They sucked
and then
it out?
They sucked it out, and I was like, they put me in like some Twilight thing. I was awake for it. And,
Oh,
and-
wow.
Yeah, and it was worse after after they sucked it out. That's when it got really bad, because because it was like popped in my, you know what I mean, inside. So
Yeah.
that's when I got like the
Really
fever
sick.
of like 105. It was really wild.
Well, so
Yeah.
they fucked up.
No, it was that's how it is. Once you like pop it, the body was probably like I remember that because I was like laying there, but I was in like this twilight that they put you in, but I was awake, and the
Oh.
guy picked it up. He's like, "Look at this." There was
Stop it.
it was just a bunch of he had it in a bag, that they had sucked it out. It was like it was like a lot. I was like, ew, is that me? And but all of a sudden I was like, it's freezing in here. And then I heard somebody say 105, and and I was like fucking delirious, and I was in the hospital for 7 days after that. That was
You almost died.
I could have, and I think about that when things like that, because I would have died if we were living in another time. I would have died.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 105. You can't last long.
That's
at
bad. Yeah. No, I was delirious. I was like, well, and then I mean, even before when I was waiting for the operation and all, I was laying in the hospital. And, I was like, they had some Vikings, the TV show Vikings. They had a marathon of Vikings. And I was like, oh, I'm watching Vikings and just chilling out in the hospital. But, and, you know, after that, I couldn't, you know, it's like you can't just chill out in the hospital. You're actually sick. You're there sick. And you're just like, I'm going to die.
And you were probably on intravenous.
Yes, and I really got I just had more appreciation for people who are sick then. Because, you know, I was really the biggest, the most sick I've ever
Traumatic.
been. Yeah. And I like where you couldn't care for yourself. And so that's why, sometimes you need help. That's it. And that's why, you know, we're fucking, anyway, fuck Republicans.
So
really.
this all came up. This all came up because I was talking about when I fell and I couldn't get up, and then I re-injured my finger getting up, and then I got up, and then I slipped and slid under my car.
Oh no! And then the car fell off and started rolling down the hill, and
Exactly.
holy shit!
To the other, and then put the neighbors pulling me out, and my snowshoe was stuck on the muffler.
No!
A lot of people got hurt in that storm.
Wow! Did you have like a camera on? You should have had one of those you know, house cameras on. That would have been just get the camera on the. I hope you have a camera on your house. By the way, do you?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's not good. You should.
No, because if somebody comes to kidnap me, I'll be fucked.
That's it. That's why I sent my aunt a fucking whole camera setup.
Really?
They're not. Yeah, but they're not. I mean, they're really not that expensive. I should send you it just as a present.
Do you think that she's gonna be found at this point?
Oh, Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. It's awful. I hope so. I do hope so. But what the hell?
What do you think was that about? I mean,
if they're not asking for money, what's the point, right?
They were, right? They were asking for Bitcoin, right? Which you can't trace, which Trump is all for because it's so fucking illegal.
Well, because he found out he could grift the dupes, and then they take bribes from foreign enemies who are his friends, and they can't be traced. Yeah, and they all have a meme coin. They're all fucking grifters. Fucking trophy wife number 3 has a meme coin. They all are a bunch of crooks, and God help us, they need to be in jail.
And that is the crooks' currency now.
It is, and that's why they love it. Well, he was against it until he found out how much he could grift from the morons. Well, he's the monster. They're the moron. They're monsters too, but yeah.
Well, the Saudis gave him whatever.
Oh yeah. It's such a disgrace, the whole thing. I know he loves using that word, disgrace. Of course, he's the fucking disgrace. He's a disgrace. He's the crazy. Oh, those people are crazy. Oh, who's that?
Yeah.
Are you saying shush?
No.
I thought you were going shoot like your mom's coming or something. Your mom doesn't want to hear us this language, us curse, right? Like we were kids or something. Mom's coming.
She's not even here. She's in the Scallop Shell nursing home.
Oh, okay. I thought she was. What happened? She okay?
No, she no. Yes.
Oh.
She fell and broke her hip a year ago in a couple of weeks, and she hasn't come out yet. I mean, we're not bringing her home. She's dementia.
Is she okay?
She's crazy.
She's got dementia.
Way out there.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I thought she had her marbles.
No more marbles. She's got like one marble rattling around.
Fuck. That sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah,
I mean, we're the baby boomers. Are you a baby boomer?
No. I'm a Gen Xer.
You are.
Just, yeah.
I'm
just behind you.
I met the Gen Alpha the other day and almost tore their head off.
Who the fuck are they?
Gen Alphas are fucking assholes.
Who are they?
I think
I heard of this.
16, 17.
Oh.
I don't know what. Oh, they are assholes.
Why are they calling them Gen Alphas? Like, what is this shit?
I don't know. They like it. Because they're loud. They're loud.
Where did you meet them? Them all. You met them all.
I know, in a coffee shop.
Oh. What was 16-year-olds doing in a coffee shop? I guess that's where they hang out.
No school.
Oh. Well, they're kids, they were fucking enjoying their
Oh,
stupid day.
no. Hated them. Hated them. I literally almost went up to them and was almost like, I couldn't figure out what my script was going to be, but it was going
Right.
to be, woo.
What were they
I
doing,
didn't.
though? Just being loud and annoying?
This one kid, I think he was on the spectrum, really. He must have
Mm.
been. Because who is that loud in a coffee shop?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You
I
know?
would probably, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. If I was a kid, we were always like, goofing off and
Yeah.
being stupid,
Right. So
being awesome, in other words, and funny.
yeah, but it was hard to concentrate. It's like, hey, everyone's trying
Well,
to do their own thing at
right.
the coffee shop, and we got to fucking listen to your bullshit.
What were they talking about?
Oh, what was he talking about? I don't know. There was a bunch of shit, and then he was such an asshole that he made the girls become assholes to be louder so they could say something.
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, I
You
can
know?
see it. Oh, I can picture it.
Competing for it.
And the people who own the coffee shop should have said something. They should have just said,
That's what
"Hey,
I was-
tone it down."
Yeah.
And everybody's got to enjoy the same space. Use your
Right.
inside voice, motherfuckers.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Learn how to. Well, this is the new, I guess. Fuck off. Whatever. I'm drinking
Yeah.
your tears. Fuck you. Everybody's got to be constantly a dick to each other, and I'm frankly sick of it myself.
Yeah,
I don't know about
yeah.
you. That's what I
Yeah.
hope comes out of this bullshit, is that people are sick of being mean to each other and
Okay,
fucking
Redfoot-
douchebags.
Redfoot says it's simple. Being disruptive is the only
Oh.
power teenagers have.
There you go. That's true.
I
Right.
suppose that is something.
I was pretty disruptive when I was a kid, but I also wasn't. I don't know.
Well, we were on drugs, though. They weren't even on
True.
drugs. They don't even have an excuse.
Maybe they were. Maybe they were on, like, now you can get like edibles and stuff. Right?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And it's legal.
Maybe they were. That's possible.
Right? It's not supposed to be legal for 16-year-olds, but I'm sure
Right.
where there's a will, there's a way. And
Yeah,
could
greater-
you
yeah.
imagine? Jeez. Yeah.
I
That
don't.
was like-
I-
yeah.
I would OD.
I know, right?
Totally, because it's got
I know.
sugar involved, too.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you watch the State of the Union?
I did
And-
until my computer crapped out, but I
Oh.
watched most of it. I watched most of
What
it.
a nightmare. What did you think?
I mean, I agreed with what the commentators were saying at the end was like, bringing in the hockey players. Well, and I appreciate you saying he was such a dick to the women. And the women hockey players were like, we can't come anyway, bitch, later.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
But-
you have to be like one of the boys. Is that
Mm-hmm.
what it means to be one of the boys? Is to be an asshole? Boys will be boys, and then they're laughing. These
Yeah.
these athletes.
Oh,
like,
and,
they
and,
should.
and
oh,
Cash Patel. At
oh,
the
what
hockey.
a dick! What a douchebag! What a wannabe loser! That's what he came off as, and not something to be proud of. An embarrassment. They embarrassed
embarrassment.
us all as a nation. That's
Yep.
not even. That's what I'm saying. Like everything, something good. It's supposed to be a unifying experience
Yeah.
for the whole country, and you
Yeah.
gotta magnify it by being a dick, by
Yeah.
being a little fucking dick. Right?
Yeah, like just juvenile delinquent.
Right, juvenile. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Juvenile,
Yeah, they're
infantile, like
juvenile.
like drinking and that's the fucking FBI director. Now imagine, yes,
Yeah.
imagine any Democrat acting like that in any other time, what the Republicans would do and say. But it's okay. It's excused when it's them. It's like, oh, look how he's blowing off steam. Like, what are you blowing off steam? Because your job is, I mean, fucking Nancy Guthrie's still out there. Go, but
Yeah,
of course
yeah.
he'll take credit for whatever happens when they find her. Hopefully they'll find her alive. Oh, forget it. He'll really take credit then. But he's like riding around. I mean, there's no hypocrisy that they don't. I mean, there's just all hypocrisy for them.
No code of
Yeah.
conduct.
Right.
There's no code of
That's what I'm
conduct
saying
anymore.
too. There's no see. When I was in the military, they you didn't have to tell me. You know, they told us though. But I was like, yeah, of course, duh.
Right.
They said when you're in uniform, you're wearing that patch on your shoulder. You are the ambassadors of this nation, so you have to behave yourself. You got to behave like above and beyond with standards. And
Yeah, standards.
Yes, of course. Not these fuckers. Not
No.
them. They think
No.
that patch or whatever it might be, that flag, gives them carte blanche to be horrible, not to be this power of example or to set the standard,
Right.
but to just be a dick. Look at me.
Well-
Just be a bully. Be a fucking bully that beats down on people and divides people or acts like a dick. You know, it's not, there's nothing, there's no pride. There's no actual strength behind it, too. They're not strong. They're weak. It's the
That's
sign
like
of
all-
weakness.
It's like all the ICE people. They're all doing
Yep.
the same thing. It's just that
Weak.
Trump is at the top saying
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you want. You know?
And he's
Just,
denigrating us all with the
just
poison.
bring back some money. Just bring back some money to daddy.
Right. And everything's excused, no matter what. No behavior is too
Right.
low, is too
Right.
off, it's just too, too much or just too deplorable, really. I can't even think of the words.
Deplorable. Is good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to write a new parody that like Trump is Fagin in the musical Oliver,
Uh-huh.
and Fagin, he's like, when I see you rich, my thumbs start to itch, and I have got to pick a pocket or two. Boy,
Yeah,
got
there
to
you
pick a pocket
go.
or
Right,
two,
with this
you know?
little, when he got
Yeah.
that medal, he's like,
Yup.
ugh. He's
Yeah.
like a fucking golem, Ugh. Right? That's what
Yeah,
he looked.
and
That's what he did.
And he's
a
teaching
fucking
everybody
golem.
else how to go steal the money.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, did you? And then the State of the Union, he's like, oh, I wish I could give myself a medal of honor, a congressional medal of honor.
I know it.
Who
I
the?
know it.
And
Wow.
who is he to give them out? Who, you know what I mean? Like, isn't that, it's the Congressional Medal of Honor, you piece of shit. And aren't there supposed to be some standards? You don't just give it to the fucking goalie. Oh,
Right,
or
right.
whoever he was. He made
Yeah.
a good goal. Okay,
Yeah.
here's it's like that because they devalue everything. Everything they touch, they destroy. Just look
Yeah.
at what Elon Musk did to Twitter. They destroy. It doesn't take long, but they do it. They do it. They
Yeah.
fucking put their disgustingness into it, and they turn it into shit. You know,
Yeah, well,
everything.
That's what the commentator said. The reason he did the medals, he did the hockey players. What else did he do? He did the old guys that were in the war.
Oh,
the old-
right.
right. He did
yeah.
all those people, and it was more because it's becoming a show.
Yes, that's what it is. Wait, hold on. Listen, this is the end of the Progressive Voices part of the show, but we have more show. YouTube.com/C for channel/Tarabuster, and on the Tarabuster Substack, on the Political Voices Substack, on the Tarabuster Discord.
Wow.
We got it going on all over the place. Thank you, Poppy, for being here. PoppyChamplin.com. And Charlie from APS Radio News, thank you so much for being awesome and keeping the show going and growing and all that you do for the community, cats. We will win. We're on the right side of history. Decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together, we win. I'll see you soon. All right. We're back. So we
That's
still have
good.
more show. Yes. So what was I going to say? Yes. The other thing was... No.
Yeah,
oh,
that it
the
becomes a show.
Yes, that's what it was like. I was watching it by myself, and I laughed out loud at one point. He was like, and he's here now, right? Right? The woman's like, some woman who was reunited with her father, right? And
That's where my
we have the DNA result. You are the father. Right? That's what I was like. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yes,
Right? Yes, you are the father,
father.
and he's here now. And it's
And
oh.
I wish I was the father looking at you. I wish I was
Right? Because you know me and my daughter. My daughter's very hot. If she wasn't my daughter, I could be banging her. But I'm not like that. I'm not a
Hey,
pedo.
and don't forget.
I've been exonerated.
Don't forget. No tax on tits.
Right. No
Oh.
tax on tits.
No tax on tits. I'm sure that's what he wants to say.
Right. No tax on tits. Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. That's it. That's what he said during his disco prowling days, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look under
Ay,
your
ay, ay.
seats and what
good.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They just denigrate everything. They fucking
Look
just
under your
they
seat.
they're so it's so abominable. How do these people have power? How do any Americans support it in any way? I don't understand it.
How we slipped so far that
Right.
it actually happened.
And
I
here we
cannot
are,
help
yeah.
but
Right.
believe that Russia had a finger on the scale in 216.
Uh-huh.
I really believe they did.
Right. Yes.
That's the
well,
only way
Grumpy
he-
says on the chat, the goalie got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, not the Medal of Honor. Yes, you're right. I confused them. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So so it's not the Congressional Medal of Honor. I was confused.
Grumpy
yes.
earlier
But
said
bad
that
enough.
guy was
Bad
in
enough.
on the Jets team or something.
Oh.
Like he used to play for Canada.
Oh, right, yeah, right. Oh, and then that fucking piece of shit, he put out that meme or that AI video of him skating. Like, everything they have to, did you see that?
No.
He put out a meme of himself, not like an AI video
Yeah.
of him as like a
goalie?
member of the team, yeah,
Oh.
and playing hockey on the team.
Wow.
And I mean, it's like, what the fuck? I'm just looking for it. I wonder if I have it. It's awful, but he's on part of this thing that he put out. He's beating up one of the Canadian hockey
the other
players.
team? Oh, a Canadian hockey.
Yeah. He's scoring goals. He's blocking goals. Then he's like. Like having a fucking fist fight with one of the guys. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any dignity? To get the Canadians to hate us, you piece of shit. This is what he's done, this monster. The Canadians hate us. The approval or opinion that Canadians have of Americans is as low as it's ever been. And they're now making deals with the Chinese because you gotta think of alternates.
Right,
We have the longest continuous peaceful border, and this piece of shit, there's no appreciation. There's no there's no respect, right?
Well, you know what's going to happen? Like, he's going to, probably figure out something to say that they're doing, so we have to go in there. Like, what's going on the Mexican border? That we're shooting down our own drones now.
Well, that's just
What is-
stupidity.
That was.
I don't know. It's dumb.
What do you think about us getting in cahoots with the Mexican president and taking out El Mancho?
Who's El Mancho?
Well, he's not El Chapo. He's El Mancho. He was the newest and the biggest drug cartel.
Oh, God.
And we got in with the president of Mexico and colluded to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And they killed him. And then chaos broke out all over Mexico in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh,
Susan
really?
Jeremy, you know Susan Jeremy? And you know Zoe Lewis, two of our friends who are performers.
Oh,
they're
shit.
They're down in Puerto Vallarta right now, and this shit is going on.
Right now?
And
How
I'm
come
like,
I missed this? I don't
Yeah,
even
and I'm
know about
thinking,
this.
Can you imagine
See
being
what
a
I'm saying?
performer? Yeah, being
Yeah.
a performer and being, life is a cab, what the fuck?
Right? Exactly.
Fire, and,
Holy
there's
shit.
tour bus. Yeah, the cartels are going nuts down there now, and because
Really?
we fucking jab the beehive.
Oh, there you go. Well, I don't know. I can't speak to it because I haven't read up on it. I didn't even know this was happening. So
Oh
this
yeah,
is
it's a big
because
one. What do the people say?
there's a million zillion things happening. So I guess this
There
one
are.
fell through the cracks. I didn't
Yes,
I didn't
yes.
even know. Yeah.
Yeah, Mexico's on fire because of the cartels. Well, they think the cartels now are going to start infighting amongst themselves, and that's
Well,
probably
if there's
the
a
plan.
power vacuum, right? But I mean, fucking Jesus Christ! Anything that Trump will put his unfit carcass in between is gonna turn to shit. So he's not. He never adds value to a situation or peace or. I mean, that's why during the State of the Union, he's like, "I solved 7 wars or whatever," and then he's like, "I don't know why you're laughing." Because you're a fucking baboon. That's
Don't know
why
why
we're
you're
laughing.
That's when I started laughing.
Uh-huh. I don't know why you're laughing because you're a lying baboon. You've actually started more wars. He's bombed more countries. He has us involved in more military operations. He's turned the world's against us. You know, the enemies of America are pleased as punch because they don't have to destroy the country with, with them firing a shot. We'll do it to each other.
Lucky Dragon says that Mexico City is very, very worried about what they are going to be doing about the World Cup next month.
What do you mean? The
Next
World
month,
Cup?
the World Cup is in Mexico City next month. Because isn't the World Cup coming? Well, he said it was coming.
It's coming. I have to. When he said that too, even when I knew about this, that because we have the World Cup, right? In when? Well, it's the men's FIFA World Cup next month.
Okay. Yeah.
And but we do have, don't we have? Yeah, I don't know. The World Cups. I don't follow sports really, so. But
well, that's so big for every city that gets it,
Yeah, but you gotta wonder what he's gonna fuck up between now and then that are going to turn the people against us, and they're not gonna come to this sporting event.
Right.
Like happened in with the Olympics, let's say, where there were conflicts and boycotts because of it, right? During,
that's right. Yeah.
Different times, and now I could see it happening. Him fucking ruining it, ruining the Olympics too. When we have the Olympics.
Well, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah. What?
Are you a Gavin Newsom liker?
I like his memes, but I don't like a lot of the we just did a show on it about how him saying that Democrats have to be more culturally normal. Like, go fuck yourself.
What does that mean?
Well, he's like, well, we've gone too far when it comes to gender and pronouns. I did a whole rant on it last show. He's always doing this, Gavin Newsom, because corporate Dems never learn a lesson or take a clue where they don't think that the answer is tack to the right or become more like Republicans. Nobody talks about gender. Do we? I mean, we're Democrats, we're gays, right? Do we stand around or sit around talking about genders and pronouns all the time? No. When the fuck? I can't even remember having a conversation about pronouns. Exactly. Right. It's not, except for Republicans. So for Gavin Newsom to say that, he's giving validity to this bullshit canard that is divisive and hateful. Saying that, we should stop talking about gender. No, we don't talk about genders or pronouns because we don't give a shit. If somebody says, I'm trans, if they say, I'm trans, I prefer they, or they, them. We say, okay. And then we fucking just move on, like we're not.
And then we forget to do it.
Yeah, well, that's too, but if somebody comes out of the closet, we're like, oh, congrats, it's great. Yeah, and then we go on and we have a life and we talk about other things. no one talks about genders or pronouns more than Republicans. They're the ones that are like, oh, why do I have to say her now? Like, shut the fuck up, right? Just shut up. And why do I have to, a man, God made Adam and Eve.
It only happens, like, if you're just a normal person, it only comes up, like, maybe once in 3 months or 4 or 5, where you have to, should I call him a she now? Yeah,
right.
Okay,
Sometimes, I mean, it happens. I have trans friends. You have trans friends. Sometimes I made a mistake, whatever. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They fucking move on. That's it. Nobody cares.
Exactly.
And except for Republicans, they're just like, now I have to call you with a she. Well, then you don't have to call me anything if you're not in my life. So goodbye. But
right.
But they have meetings about it. They get into on TV shows. They go on. It's the topic of fucking their stupid podcast. They pass laws about it, so no one talks about genders more than these pricks, these Republicans.
I found it very abrupt and like, what? And he's like, and we got rid of DEI.
Oh, I know.
Like,
because he's a racist piece of shit. DEI. Well, what he means is that he fired all the black officers in the chain of command.
He got the trans out of the military.
Yeah, even though he never served a day in his life, anybody but himself, and when his country called, his little feeties hurt. But, these trans service people, they've been serving with distinction for years without a problem. And this fucking piece of shit. And there's no, if you're trans... they're like, oh, we don't have to worry about giving, your hormones. It's not an issue. We live in a modern age. People served who were trans, and you could see, you just look up trans service members, trans veterans, they serve with distinction, and you take a shot. It's like somebody who has, diabetes or some other condition that you need regular medication. It's no fucking problem on the battlefield then, and we're not sitting in a trench anymore. And like, who fucking cares? Like, leave people the fuck alone and let them serve.
There's not going to be any more trench sitting as far as warfare.
Exactly.
You're on a computer and you're running a drone or something.
Exactly. Or whatever, even flying. They just hate people. They want people turned against others. That's it. It's all about dividing along every little difference. They will never bring understanding to a situation. And it's just like, trans people are less than 1% of the population, and these maggots, they spend so much time hating on them. It's so sick. They are, you know what I mean? They're just sick.
Because I did talk to a friend, and she said her daughter, trans to a guy, and was it her daughter or somebody else? And they were like, the counselor was like, the kid is getting ready to, like, had a plan for suicide.
Yes, of course.
If they couldn't, be who they really wanted to be. And if that's what's happening, then let them be who they want to be.
That's it.
Shit.
Well, this is why they are killing people. They're literally killing people. They don't care.
Yeah.
And they're talking about kids. They're like, boys shouldn't transition. Your boys can't be girls and girls can't be. But like, what? Like, are you fucking 12? You know what I mean? We have science and data, and it's not even your business anyway, right?
Right.
So, go fuck off. Your gender identity is not in your pee-pee, it's in your brain, and it makes sense. Sometimes everyone starts as a female blueprint, right? In the womb.
Wait, that's what somebody just wrote. Redfin or somebody wrote. We're all double X's in the beginning.
That's it,
right?
in the beginning. So then there comes a certain point in the gestation that triggers whatever chemical reaction. Then either you're, you get an innie or an outie, okay? But it makes doesn't it, something could really go not right 100% all the time. So maybe your pee-pee does not connect to your brain. So of course. And good news, we have remedies for that now. We can help. And because trans people will continue to be born just like people who don't fit into a just plain old XX or XY too, because there are all different kinds of variations that happen.
There's a spectrum for that, a whole spectrum of sexuality.
And so it's not even that, and like hormonally too, and as far as like genitalia, because I know they're like the pee-pee patrol. So it's just, they're just absolutely cruel and evil to do that, because it's not their business. This is somebody else's life. Like, fuck you. This is a fucking person's life, you know, that you are fucking with. They're and a family that's trying to save their child, or you know,
mean, she doesn't, her mother doesn't want her to be a dude, but what can you do?
They are a dude, exactly. They are. If that's who they are, they are.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's it. That's why they're just so horrible, and they know this. Whether you're telling me your sky spook. And your ancient book of fables says, it doesn't even say anything, about trans people. Like, just leave people alone. But they can't do that. They can't, because
we're so far along. I mean, we're in this age of Aquarius now, so we should.
Well, we're in an age.
He's just pulling us back.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, trans people are not going anywhere, and they, It's like with gay people. Eventually, because, the Republicans, they're not getting the same bang for their buck about hating gays. It doesn't have the same resonance with people. But there's so much confusion regarding trans people. And they play on that, and they add to it, and they exacerbate it. That's why they're so evil. They will never you'll never see a Republican encourage whoever the dumbasses who vote for them are, encourage them to understand or evolve or, what I mean? They'll never do that. They'll never.
Weird that they're going backwards on that one. They're going way backwards on the green.
Well, they're fucking us there too. They're setting us up for failure with just dragging us. They're dismantling climate change science, computers and things. And the world is moving on without us.
Yep.
They're dragging us backwards.
China. China has all the rare earth minerals. They have 2/3 of all the rare earth minerals.
Yes.
But in order to, I was reading about it last night, but in order to excavate them, it costs a lot and it pollutes a lot, and China doesn't give a fuck. So China's polluting the shit out of themselves. But they have 2/3 of these minerals now, and they have the technology because when you dig them out of the ground, they're all clumped together, and so you got to do something to unclump them and make them be separate, because you want each one in its pure form. So they figured out how to do it, but and that's where the future is, man.
Yeah,
the future's in those magnets.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. But it's a lot of pollution, and China doesn't give a shit. They're polluting.
Yeah,
the thing.
they don't have the same regulations, but that was always the Republican frame. They were like, well, why should we regulate? Because China will never regulate, and it won't matter. But now they are going backwards as far as they're reducing their emissions, though. China.
Oh, China is?
Yes.
Oh, they better.
Because they are using renewables, they're switching to electric vehicles and things like that. So even though they are still insufficient, they're rated insufficient, like we are beyond. They're actually reducing their greenhouse.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Whereas we're just going forward into mass production.
Yes,
Of
I mean the U.S.
coal.
has. Yep.
Back
Oh,
into
clean!
coal.
I love beautiful, clean coal. Well, why don't you eat it, you baboon? Why don't you just eat it? Do us all a favor and shove it in your hole, right?
I love the miners. I love them. Yeah. No shit.
That's what Jeffrey Epstein said. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You and Jeffrey both. Your
Yeah,
wonderful
yeah.
secrets.
Yeah.
Well,
Your
every
wonderful
day.
secrets.
May every day be a wonderful secret.
Oh,
What disgusting people are in
I know.
charge. And
I know.
to think about Pam Bondi and all of these Republican women who, especially Pam Bondi, what
Yeah,
a
especially.
monster. What a monster. They
Rough.
redacted these credible claims of Trader Trump raping a 13-year-old.
Yikes.
That's what's in the pages that are missing, right?
Wow.
That's what, yeah. The FBI has this testimony from a girl who
Yep.
well, a woman who was a girl, and they interviewed this woman numerous times. Like, so it wasn't just like, hey, there's some kook on the phone here, whatever.
Yeah.
There's credible accusations against
Holy
this
shit.
this monster that he raped this girl when she was 13, and I have no doubt that he did it because this we have a deposition. I wonder if it's the same person. It might be. Who it's on the internet where she was suing Trader Trump, but then said she got afraid and dropped her case because they were going to kill
Really?
her. Yeah.
Oh.
And she describes how Jeffrey Epstein gave her and another girl when they were like 14 and 13 to this baboon as a birthday gift, and
What?
he raped them. And yeah, she told the whole. Yeah, it's on. We've played it on the show too.
Ugh.
So yeah,
Wow.
and there's no doubt in my mind that you think
Wow.
that. Because, him and his pal. Women are nothing. Well, not just women. They're not women. Those are girls. Those are children. But
Yeah.
that's who they are. He is
Yeah.
nothing but, let me shove
Racist,
things.
misogynist.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. A 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, that's old enough, right?
Yeah.
Is grass on the field, I guess, right?
Oh my God.
And these are... they're nothing, people are nothing to them. That's what, when you read the emails back and forth in the Epstein files,
Yeah.
what strikes me is how disgusting they are and how juvenile, how prurient they are, how base they are. There's nothing admirable about these people. They have no business being in power. They should be knocked off their perches.
Because the patriarchy has been in force
That's
for
it.
so fucking long.
Yep.
And this attitude just codifies that.
That's what it is. It's like,
Yeah.
and they're not grown men. These are not grown men, so they shouldn't be running the world. They need to
Right.
be removed from power. One of the emails is from Lex Wexner, who gave Jeffrey Epstein, who, for whatever reason, I mean, this guy was a high school dropout. He was a con man involved with a Ponzi scheme. He should have been in prison, not like given billions of dollars to manage.
Oh.
And he was being, as Lutnick or Nutlick said, that he was a blackmailer, right? And that's what he did. He probably had videos of all these people.
Yeah.
But Lex Wexner wrote in that birthday book, I wanted, or maybe it was an email, it doesn't matter. He said, I wanted to give you something you loved for your birthday. And he drew he drew a couple of boobies, like you would if you were an 8th grader.
Yeah.
Boobies, right? Boobies. I want to give you something you love. And 2 little, circles. Boobies. Like, you fucking old man. You dirty old dirtbag. All of you.
Yeah. And all so much money.
Right.
So much money.
Yeah. And treating these treating these women and girls as nothing, you know?
Like,
Laughing at their pain, laughing at their exploitation. They're fucking pigs. No offense to pigs. And look at maggots. Look at the maggots, though. We were talking about this on another show with Steve Bannon. He's in the Epstein files. What the fuck? Who these people who listen to Steve Bannon? That's what makes me so depressed sometimes. I'm like, please become a patron. Subscribe to my Substack. Like, I don't get big billionaire benefactors here, but Steve Bannon, who's palling around with a fucking pedophile, saying to him, oh, we have to rehab your image, and we're gonna, like, that's what he's talking to. And meanwhile, he goes to the maggot trees, right? The dumbasses who he robs from. He just ripped them off.
He's part of Fagan's gang.
Yeah, and he had another. He just got caught with another scheme, a crypto scheme, bankrupting people. Yeah. They're suing him, class action lawsuit, just like when he was caught on that yacht with a Chinese billionaire and arrested for robbing the maggots. Again, they all keep coming back, hit me again, daddy, I guess.
Jeez.
But, you know what I mean? Like, and he's the guy that's talking about Hillary Clinton is evil and drinking adrenochrome and the pedo Pizzagate bullshit. That is all bullshit. And they're the pedos, He's targeting Hillary Clinton. That's what makes me, like, want to fucking scream. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's evil. It's just evil.
Calling them, they're kettle calling the kettle black.
That's right.
That's how they know about that shit, because they're doing it.
They're doing it. And then the maggots, instead of waking up and saying, wow, I'm being duped, because they're like, well, you don't see how far this rabbit hole goes. It's like the Clintons and the this, that, and the other. Like, they're all running this secret deep state cabal. It's you're the deep state cabal of pedos.
Right.
So, of course, doesn't it make sense? You're playing your reverse psychology on these dumb-dumbs. You're robbing them. And then you're directing them to the Clintons and people that aren't pedos, and they're actually trying to do things like get people health care and shit,
Yeah.
Fucking unreal. I hate them.
It is.
I hate them legally and peacefully. I hate them. Anyway. Okay. All right. I know you. I can tell you want to go.
Gotta go.
Good night. Good night.
All right. One joke. That I have a show on Sunday.
You son of a bitch. Okay. Good.
Did you hear that the U.S. Tennis Association has created, for the women's tennis, professional tennis, a rage room?
No.
There is a rage room for women's players to let off steam in private so they don't break their rackets in public on the court like Coco Gauff did. So it's a room to go and let it out. It's called a rage room, and they're going to have them at tennis tournaments now.
What?
For people.
For who?
For the players. And so instead of, like, I guess Coco Gauff, they get pissed and they slam their racket.
Really? Is that
so
real?
Instead you run into the rage room and do it.
Just say,
there.
like, I'll be right back.
Exactly.
Right? And then you come back out and you're ready to play a very sportsman-like game.
Yeah. I think every family should have a rage room.
I need a rage room.
I know. You need a rage room. You do.
I do. I need one.
Yeah.
I need one.
But it's good. I like the way you definitely put him in his place, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
A lot of cursing tonight, but thank you.
You get paid extra for cursing, I see on here.
Sometimes they do.
They paid you extra for cursing.
Profanity bonus. I like it.
Yeah, something like
that.
I
know. I should. Well, it doesn't do good for the algorithm apparently, but whatever. I don't know. Well, I can't help it. My mother tried to wash my mouth out with soap. I told you that story, right? Like, when I was a kid. It never worked. It didn't work. She washed my mouth out with soap.
Mine too.
Yeah. Fucking
it's
mother.
gross.
I don't know where the fuck she got that stupid Yeah, it must have been in like Little Rascals or something. And,
Yeah, that's an old wise tale or something.
but it sucked.
How about that one where this lady was making a ham, Easter ham, and she cut off both ends of the ham and then put it in the pan and put it in the oven. And the granddaughter was like, "How come you cut off the ends of the ham?" And she's like, "I don't know. My mother did it. So go ask your grandmother." So she went to the grandmother. She goes, "How come you cut off the ends of the ham?" And she goes, "'Cause it didn't fit in the pan."
Oh no, that's good.
Yeah, so it got passed down from generation to generation.
To just keep
as a
cutting
thing,
off the ends.
just
wow.
because it didn't fit.
Not because you had to do it.
Not
Oh
because
my
it was
God!
like, it
What a
wasn't
waste of
Yeah.
a ham. Poor ham
Yeah.
that had to die for that. That's what I always
Anyway.
feel bad for the chickens and the cows that had to die to feed that fucking baboon. You know, I think about them all the time. Like those worthy creatures that had to
Right.
that died to sustain life in the carcass of that monster. Right?
You're
What
good.
a horrible.
You're good. You're good. You're very good. You have a good night.
All right, my friend.
All right.
Thank
Bye
you.
to all the people out there.
Bye, you people.
Bye, you people.
Bye. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. I'm
All
glad
right.
I
What
made
were you
it
going to
today.
say? Well, why
I'm
don't you do some plugs? You got some plugs before you go?
It's local. You know, I got the pump house this Sunday. I got the pump house next Saturday. I am going to go to P-Town in
Okay.
March. There's
Nice.
a women's anniversary for Women's Crafts is having
Oh,
an
that's
anniversary.
lovely.
So I'm going to do a couple
That
of shows
sounds
March 21
amazing.
and 22. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I love
yeah.
that. Well,
Staying
hopefully
busy.
the weather will be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But either way, you'll have fun, no matter what.
Totally.
All right.
Thank you.
Very good. I will
talk to
see you. I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Poppy Champlin. Now I feel bad for cursing earlier about not being able to get her on the phone or whatever. I don't have the phones anymore. Okay, well, we are almost done with the show, but I wanted to do that other story about Lauren Boebert because I promised, right? And I'm not Trader Trump. I don't break my promises. Okay, and I want to talk about it before it goes out of the news. Let's put this back up. Sorry to put that picture up there. The reason I want to bring it up is because you probably saw that yesterday when Hillary Clinton testified in about the Epstein files, they had rules in the committee that because Hillary Clinton wanted the testimony to be public because you can't trust Republicans. They have no decency. They have no honor. They're liars. They offer nothing to society, much less humanity, and they lie. So, because of all that, they lie. And Boebert, the meeting was barely kicked off before Boebert tweeted this picture out of the secretary and violating the rules, because these are the rules that everyone agreed upon, especially the Republicans, because they didn't want Hillary to wipe the floor with them, as she does. She can run circles around the entire Republican caucus because she knows they're clowns. They are clowns. And especially Lauren Boebert, she has no... I mean, when I saw that she's there questioning Hillary Clinton, who the hell is Lauren Boebert? She should be home making sure her kids stay out of jail and stop robbing their neighbors. Lauren Boebert failed the damn GED 3 times, or maybe it was 4. Could you believe that? She had to pass the GED before she got sworn in to the Congress, because she had failed it 3 times. She doesn't know shit from her ass. And she's questioning Hillary Clinton. But then what really irritated me, and this is why it all fits in, it's just another example of who they are. She tweets this picture of Hillary Clinton. I'm just gonna lower the music because this is the official end of the show, but we're gonna keep going for a couple of more minutes. But she tweeted that, first of all, that Benny Johnson. First of all, she tweets it to fucking Benny Johnson. All right, she gives it to Benny Johnson. This picture, she texted it to him, I guess, and he posted it. All right, do they have it in this article? No, it doesn't really matter. I'm sure you saw the picture. And Benny Johnson's a traitor. Okay, he's another Republican who took money from the Kremlin to spread pro-Trump lies. Okay? Every time we mention Benny Johnson and Tim Pool and the other maggot influencers, we need to point that out because that says everything about who they are. Benny Johnson is a Russian asset. He works in concert with America's enemies, and he's therefore an enemy of America. They're part of this propaganda that's killing this country. If Benny Johnson had an ounce of patriotism in his body, he would quit what he's doing and get a real job. He would stop poisoning the country with pro-Trump propaganda, because he would take a minute and say, why does America's enemies want to pay me to spread pro-Trump bullshit? What's in it for them having this absolutely disgusting waste of human DNA in office? We all know what's in it for them. It's the destruction of the American experiment. But I guess it doesn't matter to maggots because they're all on the same page as far as that's concerned. But what really gets me is that when they asked Lauren Boebert about it, of course she made a joke. She's like, she looked good in the blue dress and I wanted everybody to see it. I'm sorry. You know what? I fucked up. See, this is not who maggots are. Right? Just like we were talking about. If a kid running in a student election behaved like this, like Trump or the maggots do, they would be disqualified. But not anymore. Not not in the big boy and big girl world. But Boebert, she also not only, I'm trying to find the exact thing she said. She tweeted that no ambassadors were hurt by the release of this photo. And of course, what is she referring to? She's talking about Benghazi. Because Republicans never miss an opportunity to distract and divide. To point fingers in another direction. Like so we're going back to Benghazi now again. You're the one who fucked up, Lauren Boebert. But you see, like Republican, this is what gets me so angry, because they don't give a shit about Benghazi. They don't care about Americans dying. They use that as just another cudgel, another hammer to beat Hillary Clinton with. And it doesn't matter how many times, she's exonerated. Let's talk about Benghazi. It doesn't matter how many times we explain, or she explains, or experts explain that it's not Hillary Clinton's fault what happened in Benghazi. That's besides the point. How about Traitor Trump leaving office with 1 million corpses in his wake? That don't move the meter for maggots. How about the starving Americans, kicking them off food stamps? We can go on about all the destruction. Every time Republicans get power, how much they hurt the American people. They set us up for failure. The amount of needless death, the levels of people who needlessly die go up. death by despair, death of despair, overdoses, suicides, that goes up every time Republicans get office. Oh, God, how much do you have to hate yourself to vote for these people? Sometimes I just can't believe it. But, instead of saying, oh, you know what, that was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I violated the rules of the committee. I violated our rules that we all agreed upon. And it's beneath the dignity of my office to do so. I apologize. Wouldn't that be an adult thing to do? The right thing to do? Something we might expect somebody who had a real job, representative government, right? But they don't behave like this. It's whataboutism. Oh, well, at least I didn't kill any ambassadors. You sure about that, Boebert? Because I could probably pull up some articles and prove you're wrong if you want to get technical. You killed more than ambassadors. You're killing the American people. You're killing the grand experiment. You're spitting on every soldier, whoever gave their last full measure of devotion. You're spitting on their graves. And you're setting an abominable example for the youth. I'm old enough to remember the Clinton years. How these Republicans, what am I going to tell the children? What am I going to tell the children? What are we going to say? The president should set the example. Well, there's no standards anymore. Because this is the pattern. Republicans get caught. They're caught breaking the rules. They can't even abide by their own rules for 5 minutes. Okay? Instead of taking one single breath of responsibility, they flip it into what about this? What about that? What about that? That happened 20 years ago. What about what about what about Clinton? What about emails? What about Benghazi? It's like, you want to talk about, they love talking about Trump derangement syndrome. What about Clinton derangement syndrome? Trump derangement syndrome's real. I've explained it to you before. But like Republicans with everything else, they have it exactly backwards. Trump derangement syndrome is thinking an unfit, convicted felon, tax cheating, draft dodging, wannabe dictator con man with a fake university, a multi-level marketing vitamin scam, and a penchant for sexual assault has any business being in the Oval Office. That's Trump derangement syndrome. Not thinking that he has no business being there. Trump derangement syndrome, fighting the baboon legally and peacefully until he's safely in history's trash bin is a patriotic imperative. So they all have Trump derangement syndrome. And on top of it, they have Clinton derangement syndrome. They have but it's just bottomless. What about the email? What about emails? These are people that are like, went up Hillary Clinton's ass about her server, that she sent emails on an unsecured server or something like that. Whatever bullshit they were foaming at the mouth about. Meanwhile, they're texting war plans on unsecured signal chats in using Wi-Fi's in Russia, okay? Unsecured Wi-Fi's. That's what happened, too. One of these assholes who were on this chain that Pete Hegseth sent the war plans out was in Russia using an unsecured Wi-Fi on his personal phone, okay? Well, what does it fucking matter at this point? The whole United States government is infiltrated with spies from America's enemies. There's no doubt in my mind, because they're not doing anything about it. They're removing every safeguard that's supposed to keep us secure and safe from America's enemies. Now they keep us secure and safe from the Canadians, right? And secure and safe from decency, from respect, from being respected around the world. We're certainly marked safe from that. It's unreal. Benghazi, let's bring up Benghazi because she fucked up. So let me tickle some old wound. Let's open a wound again. There's no hope for this country with these monsters in the halls of power. You understand? Because we have a lot of healing to do. We have to unify. I'm so sick of them, not only because they're sickening, but they are sickening the country. We are sick from them. Because they never fix wounds. They don't fix wounds. They keep them open. They need the anger. They need the fear. They need the outrage because that's what sustains them in their shitty, phony baloney, fake-ass jobs where they don't serve the people. Perpetual grievance. They can't let anything heal because healing would mean progress. And that's not what Republicans are about. They're about regression, suppression, division. Progress is the enemy of conservative power. Instead of governing, right? They don't govern, they stir the pot. Show me an example, anybody on the chat. If you think about it later, feel free to contact me on my Substack. Think about it, really, I'm not kidding. Do they govern? Show me an example of Republicans governing. They stir the pot. They break the rules, cry victim. Then they laugh about it. Because that's what adults do. Adults take responsibility. Oh, the buck stops here. Not anymore. The buck stops there, and there, and there. Oh, Joe Biden, Joe Biden. That's the other thing on the State of the Union. So tedious listening to them. Joe Biden, oh, it was awful, what he left us. A terrible, terrible state of affairs. Everything is in decline. Oh, America's back now, though. We're hot. We're hot. But, right, the rest of us, the normal majority, this exhausted, sane majority, we keep, I guess, wasting our breath correcting their lies decade after decade because the facts don't matter to them. That doesn't penetrate. It's like wasting air. But I'm not talking to them, of course. That's why I always say on my show that, I don't have the patience to argue with them like Tom Hartman does. Tom Hartman, I was listening to his show earlier, and somebody called, one of these, a maggot called, that he knew the guy's name. I can't remember what it was. And he had so much patience with this guy. And all this guy kept doing was yelling at him. Like, there you go. And he had nothing. He was like, he's just like spewing lies and then screaming at Tom Hartman for not understanding them. And Tom Hartman's like, well, no, that's not really true, and blah. And all they have is the outrage and the yelling. Oh yeah. And then of course, he used Democrat Party, and thankfully, Tom Hartman always does. He corrects people who say that. Because it says everything about who they are. They have nothing to offer. It's juvenile. But this is where we're living. Republicans breaking the rules and then blaming Democrats. And of course, crying victim. Perpetual victimitis. They're the victims. It's so exhausting. Even that the other day, when we had the show on Thursday, we were talking about the Mandami's snow shoveling program here in New York for the blizzard, which was a great success, by the way. And you won't hear that on right-wing media. All over right-wing media, they're like, Mondami's getting slammed for his snow shoveling, requiring ID for snow shoveling, but not for voting. Nobody's slamming him for requiring ID for snow shoveling, because guess what? If you want a job with the city, temporary or otherwise, you need to show ID so we can fucking pay you. And, you know, no, Republicans never, excuse me. I was battling with my own brain. Should I say Republican or Republicans? I don't know why I battle anymore. Republicans. There you go. That's all they do, is lie. And divide. And whine. And it is getting old. Are you tired of it? I know I am. I'm tired of them. Everything. They don't offer anything. And that's why I'm hopeful in a way that maybe everybody might be reaching their limit too. So, yeah. And they're like, oh, he needed ID. And you know 100% that if Mondami said, hey, just show up and we'll pay you $30 an hour off the books, we'll just give you that cash, just come up and tell us how many hours you shoveled, and we'll peel you off some some Benjamins or whatever the hell. And you know that the maggots would shit themselves about it. They would say, oh, Mondami is paying illegals to shovel. He's not even requiring them to identify themselves. Because this is who they are. They can't just say, wow, good idea. That was a good idea to get people out, and it's a community builder. It helps get the city on its feet faster and puts money in people's pockets. Puts money in the pockets of people who will actually spend the money in New York, in the community, because they'll get their money, they'll go and they'll go into their local communities and they'll buy groceries, they'll pay their bills, and, it's a win-win all around. Maggots can't, because they have no ideas, they can't be like, oh, wow, good fucking one, man, hey, high five. They got to be like, socialist mayor is getting slammed by people who are paid to slam for a living and keep all the maggots fucking foaming at the mouth about shit that they need themselves and the people that want to help them. Oh, Jesus Christ. On a bike. All right, guys. Listen. Thank you for hanging out tonight. I'm sorry. I was going to say I'm sorry I'm so cranky. What else do you expect? What else can I say? Thank you for your super chats. Thank you, Steve Ward, on the chat. Thank you for your super chat. Yes. Thank you, Weekly Tithe. How's the satellite dish kitty doing? I told you guys, no more satellite dish kitties in the house right now. So thank you guys. And thank you for remembering. And thank you, Armand Dorcor. Thank you so much for being a Booty Boo member. We're all in this together. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you, JD, for your super chat in pounds, you lucky bastard. Damn you. Well, I mean, we're all coming to stay at your house. I hope you can make room on the couch. Because we got to get the fuck out. Thank you, JD, Christy, for your super chat and your profanity bonus. And thank you, Libby Morgan, for becoming a member at the Booty Boo level. Booty Boo, where are you? Where are you, Booty Boo? She must be in the bedroom. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. It's always fun on Fridays because we can just chill sometimes and we can go overtime. Okay. Did you find out what happened to Malcolm Nance? Low. I can't say that word. I'm sorry. Ovivo. No, not yet. In fact, it's kind of weird. Bella reached out and we haven't heard, but we will try again. I asked Bella earlier if she heard back, and she said no. And then she mentioned that she will try again on Monday, and if he doesn't respond, we will get Chris on it. Chris from Stephanie Miller, that maybe, I don't know, Malcolm will respond to Chris. So we'll find out. It's all a big misunderstanding, I'm sure. Thank you, Surrender Monkey. Did you say stupid chat? Did I say that? Did you say stupid chat? I want to do that too. What's stupid chat? Oh, you mean super chat. Not the stupid chat. I love this chat. I live for the chat on Fridays. Are you kidding me? And on every other day too. You make me want to keep going. Otherwise, what the hell? All right, my friends. And I want to thank Hal Sparks, the great Hal Sparks, for his support. Doing the raid, having a show, having me on his show is awesome. Thank you, Andrea Brower. Andrea is going to be on this show next week. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about you. Andrea is behind the scenes too much. We got to get her out in the front. So we're going to get her on camera, talking and spilling the beans about what it's like to work in this fucking liberal sphere. We'll figure it all out together. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll be talking about, of course, the news of the day and everything else that goes on and what's it like working for Hal. That's going to be fun. Yeah, this is the greatest chat ever. Luck Dragon says, I love this chat. I haven't stopped laughing in 45 minutes. It might be the weed. It might be the alcohol, or it just might be the camaraderie. It's probably a combination. I don't smoke weed or smoke or drink anymore. I'm in recovery personally, but you don't have to be in recovery or unless you need it. I'm just saying, whether you're smoking or just chilling with a coffee, this is a great chat. Right? Yes, and working in the liberal sphere it's a challenge because we don't have big billionaire benefactors. We only have each other. And I don't know. But we will win. I mean, and look, I don't have a makeup artist, so God. Look at this hair. I need my hair cut. I put too much product in it. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Could be worse. I gotta stop inspecting myself, Okay, listen, thank you so much. Thank you, Charlie from APS Radio News. APS Radio and APS Radio News is our friend Charlie's little baby, where you go on APS Radio, classic rock and oldies all day. Just got to download the little appy poo. Goes right on your computer, and there you go. Just keep it up, keep it going. And then there's a classical music station as well. And he also has independent media voices on APS Radio News, like myself. And Cindy Sheehan has a show on there too. So you should check that out, APS Radio, and it's a way to support our friends and somebody that does so much for this channel and for me personally. Very sweet and great friend. Nice person. Great person. Great guy, as the baboon would say. But, you know, he only says that about people who are who don't exist. You know, has Trader Trump talked about Jim lately? Not Jim on the chat, of course. He always would bring up his friend Jim. It was sort of like Jan Brady's George Glass. My friend Jim, like he had a friend that would call him on the phone and tell him how much whatever area he was discussing, you know, how it was destroyed by people with darker pigment somehow. Oh, you can't even go to Paris anymore. My friend Jim. Well, all right. Thank you, Charlie from APS Radio News. And thank you, everyone else. All right, I gotta go because I'm tired. Look at me. I've been in front of this computer all day. It's okay. Thank God. Right? We have this computer because we got to plot the revolution. You know what I mean? This is it. We're in the home stretch. We either do it now. It's now or never. It's do or die time for democracy in America. But the hope is that we can get it back because people aren't putting up with it completely, thank God. Even though the rich are, they're the worst. That's why they have to be knocked out of power, because they can't be trusted. So we got to take it back. We have so much work to do, but I'm glad we're doing it together. And the other thing is, the way we're going to get it back is through media like this. Not that, you know, I'm not doing, you know, I'm just me. I'm just a little Tarabuster show. But we have to make sure that wherever people go, they encounter the progressive message, the liberal solution that not only built the American experiment, that gave birth to the American experiment, but built the middle class and will now save the grand experiment from the same forces that have always tried to destroy it. Because we're the patriots, guys. We're the ones who are carrying the mantle of the revolution, of the liberal age of enlightenment. All right, listen, thank you for hanging out. We will have a show on Tuesday and Thursday. We'll see what happens with Charles Derber. Okay. If he's coming on, who the fuck knows? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you, Poppy. And yeah, that's it. I'm just going to wrap up the show. We will win. We are on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together. We win. Listen, before I go, subscribe to my Substack in right there. Okay? Making it easy. Just swipe that code, guys. Because I got to get those numbers up. I really need to have my Substack become like 10,000 at least. Then I might get some respect. Okay? And have more success with fucking getting people on the show and stuff. So now we have little under 2,000. Yeah, I would be happy if we could get it over 2,000 by the end of the weekend. And I don't buy followers. People do buy followers because it's like empty calories. But, so I'm asking for help. All right? And if you could do it, if you could chip in and have a paid subscription. That helps keep the show going. Then we could pay for things like the restream, and everything costs money. And Charlie can't do it alone, that's for sure. He tries. He certainly tries, I'm telling you. And he's, he's not rich. Okay? I wish he was, frankly. Because then we'd be set, and I wouldn't have to sit here pointing at a QR code, weirdly pointing at it, because it's backwards. So, yeah, all right. We got work to do. We're in it together. I love you. Thank you for hanging out. We stick together. We win. My name is Tara Devlin. I can't talk. My name is Tara Devlin, and I will see you soon.